All right, so I want to welcome us to today's analysis. Today is 20th of November
Good morning,
2020.
sir.
Good morning, sir. Today is 20th of November 2024, and we're having our morning analysis. It's 7:09 a.m. Nigerian time. Now, today we have a few tradable fundamental events. In fact, it's just like two that are tradable, and that's the CPI from the United Kingdom by 8 a.m. this morning and crude oil inventories by 4:30. Good morning, Madam Monaji. Good morning, Mo Bello. So just two tradable events. Like 8 a.m., there's there's CPI rather from the United Kingdom. That's the GDP zone. And by 10 a.m., the European Central Bank Governor, uh, ECB Financial Stability Review and ECB President Lagarde will speak by 2 p.m. ECB Financial Stability Review by 10 a.m. and ECB President Lagarde will give a speech by 2 p.m. So those are the two events from the Eurozone, and they are not really going to be tradable. They're just speeches and statements. So they may not be that tradable, but they could lead to some volatility and spikes, in the market. So we need to be cautious of any Euro trade today because of these two upcoming events from the Eurozone. Good morning, Asuko Ebong. But then by 4:30 p.m., there'll be crude oil inventories from the United States. So we can take note of that. But then that will be handled in the afternoon session. The focus this morning will be on the GDP CPI, which is coming up by 8 a.m. And CPI is a change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, and actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So we'll do the simple analysis on this GDP, then we'll look at other technical setup we have for this morning session. So by 8 a.m., the forecast for the CPI is 2.2%. If the actual comes out greater than the forecast, that is 2.3% and above, then we're looking at buying the pound. And if the actual is less, that is 2.1% and below, we're looking at selling the pound. It's just a one item event, so it's going to be just pretty straightforward. Actual greater than forecast buy, actual less than forecast sell. And that's what we can say technically. But then we'll look at the technicals now. So then that's what we can say fundamentally, pardon me. But then I'll switch over now to the chart so that we can look at what to expect technically, which can give us a clearer view of where the market is going. And I'll look at three instruments that are giving us the same direction at the moment as we speak. And that's the GBP USD, the GBP JPY, and the GBP CHF. For the GBP USD, I gave the analysis of this instrument at the beginning of the week. And that analysis still holds. My analysis is that I'm bullish on the GBP USD for this week. And my reason is this. On the daily time frame, we can clearly see. Okay, let me start from the weekly. I think that is more visible. Yeah. From the weekly time frame, we can see that price is on an uptrend. So technically, we expect a continuation. Then also we have a support zone. That's a confluence. That also tells us we are looking for a bullish continuation. All that on the weekly and the daily time frame. Now, on the daily time frame, now we can see something here. There was a reversal Friday and Monday candle, a bearish and a bullish candle, almost same size. That's like a tweezer. It's a reversal candlestick pattern. Not only that, yesterday candle closed as a rejection candle where the tip of the shadow is still touching that support zone and the trend line from the weekly time frame. So technically, we still have that bullish outlook. And if you take it down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see everything is evolving. Now, to be honest, I won't say this is clear, but I can still look at this as like an inverse head and shoulder if it works like that. Even if it doesn't form a pattern, all I know is that we're expecting a breakout reversal here. Now, one critical factor is that our RSI should be above 50, but then it's still at 49, but then it's still not a reason not to have a bullish outlook. So if the news comes out by 8 o'clock and the actual comes out greater than the forecast, you can look at buying the GBP USD because our analysis on the weekly time frame down to 4 hours is still pointing us in the bullish direction. And now the other side is what if the actual comes out less than forecast? That's possible. If it comes out less than forecast, that would actually be against the trend, but then it's still a possibility. Price will return back to this uh, support zone and trend line from the weekly, after which later on it is still expected to go back up. So, but then I will want to hold on to more of the longer, the bigger outlook, which is a bullish. If the other one is what happens, well, that's you can trade at your discretion in that scenario. At least it can drop to the tune of between 20 to 50 pips if the actual comes out less than forecast. But if the actual comes out greater than forecast, we have a much more bigger room for price to go. So I would say on the short term, it could be a sell, but on the longer term, we'll have a buy. And I'm actually holding on more to the bullish trade on the GBP USD. It's equally a minor resistance zone here. Please, if you're using the annotation tool, Tabita, please put it off. It's causing some distractions here. All right, so we have the minor resistance zone there. So, but then ultimately, I'm more favorable for a longer term bullish movement on the GBP USD. So I'm bullish on the GBP USD. And like I said, I'm equally bullish on the GBP JPY. For the GBP JPY, we have a support zone here, and the candle for yesterday closed touching that support zone, and it closed as a rejection candle. So this is GBP/JPY on the daily time frame. You can see today's candle is already moving in the bullish direction. So again, if the news comes out actual greater than forecast, we expect price to continue going forward, and it might even go as high as hitting that resistance up there on the daily time frame. It's going to trigger that bullish movement, and that can go as high as maybe the next 200 pips thereabout. At least that's the next resistance level for the GBP JPY. So I hold a bullish outlook again on the GBP JPY. And thirdly is the GBP CHF. Now for the GBP CHF, we can see here that we have a trend line that's going, higher lows forming an uptrend, which will lead to a bullish movement. And also we have the support line, which is the blue line. We have a support, support, support. So everything is also pushing us in the bullish direction. So I also hold a bullish outlook on the GBP CHF. So by the time this news is released by 8 a.m., that's less than an hour from now, I'm actually favorable to an actual greater than forecast. So if the actual comes are greater than forecast, you can trade any of these three instruments. Either you trade a GBP USD, a GBP JPY, or a GBP CHF. You can take maybe one or two of them, as your trade. So that's my outlook for the news that we're expecting by 8 a.m. We're bullish on the pound. Now, that aside, I'll just look at some other few technical setup which I have for this morning session. And GPCHF is actually one of my technical setups, so that's gone. I've given it as a fundamental outlook. Now, the other technical outlook I want to give is the Euro CHF. Now, this is the Euro CHF on the daily time frame. And we can see that price hits the support level multiple times. So we have a support, and yesterday candle closed as a support again on that support level. It closed as a rejection candle. So technically, we're looking for an opportunity to buy the the Euro CHF today. So there's a 4-hour and there's a 1-hour time frame. So on 1 hour, we'll be looking to buy the Euro CHF. Let's see if we can draw a trend line. Price is still relatively far away from the trend line. So what we can do is this. We can use our Fibonacci tool. And price is currently trading around Fibonacci 38.2. So the next Fibonacci level will be Fibonacci 50. That's a lot of the movement will have happened by then. Okay. Okay, let's look at it this way. Let's go down to a lower time frame, like 15 minutes. That can help us spot an earlier entry if there is. All right. So there's a resistance zone here. Yeah. So once price is able to break out above this resistance zone, this small resistance zone, I think it's still there on 1 hour likewise. Okay. So once price is able to break out above this resistance zone, you can trigger a buy on the Euro CHF. And currently, that's some that's some 5-7 pips away from the current price. So if you have a breakout above, once a new candle opens above this level, you can trigger a buy on Euro CHF. RSI is already above 50. It's at 55. So that one is not a problem in any way. So we have a bullish outlook on the Euro CHF. Like I said, once a new candle breaks above this resistance level, trigger a buy, and you can target this level here as a first take profit level. That's the big resistance level up there, can be targeted as a take profit level. That's about 24 pips. If you want to open two trades, you can go ahead and open two trades and target the next major resistance up there as the second take profit level. That should be some 68 pips away. All right, so we're bullish on the Euro CHF. That's actually a signal in it, in its own right. We're bullish on the Euro CHF. Now, I'm also having an outlook on the just a second, please. All right, we'll look at NAS 100. Now, I gave this outlook on NAS 100 yesterday. I said I was bullish on NAS 100, and I'm still bullish on it because it's getting clearer and clearer that this instrument is going to keep making its way up. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we have price, climbing up the higher lows rather. And this is the third zone where we expect a continuation. Why do we expect a continuation? This formed a reversal candlestick pattern. Sorry, chart pattern. Now, to be honest, I can't call it an inverse head and shoulder because the middle is not really a head, it's lower. But all I know is that this is a reversal. I can take it as a double bottom. It's a reversal candle chart pattern, which is expected to keep pushing price up. Now, RSI is already above 50. It's at 52. That tells you the coast is clear. So if you trade indices, this is a good opportunity for you. However, don't forget, this is a swing. Okay, Rebecca is saying she can't hear me. Can any other person hear me? If you can hear me, type a yes or say yes, or mute your microphone and say yes. Thank you, Tetra, Ed. Thank you, Isaac. All right, so people can hear me. So let me type and respond to Rebecca. Thank you all for the response. So maybe Rebecca's is having an issue with her mic or something. Thank you, Asuko Ebong. All right, so Rebecca, kindly check your device. So others can. All right, so that's for Rebecca. Rebecca, please check your device. Others can hear me, so maybe your device is malfunctioning. So back to what I was saying, I'm expecting a continuation on NAS 100 from here. Now, a word of caution, please trade this instrument with serious caution. It can be very, very volatile. You understand? So don't take unnecessary risk if you must trade it. Risk minimal. Like I do advise some of these indices, don't go beyond 0.01 or 0.02 on them. Yes, I know they can be very volatile and it goes away, it can make you a lot of money, but then you also think risk first. All right, so I'm bullish on NAS 100 on the 4-hour, and I'm also bullish on the DJ30, otherwise called US30. Now for the DJ30 on the daily time frame, we have yesterday candle closing as a rejection candle on a resistance turned support. So technically, we should expect a bullish movement on DJ30 today. We should be bullish on the DJ30 today. That's daily on 4 hour. Now, this is what is happening on 4 hour. 4 hour is going to evolve into an inverse head and shoulder. It will still range a little, then we'll see the big breakout. So this one also is bullish, and please trade, but this one is more volatile than NAS 100. So please trade with a lot of caution. All right, so please mute your device. All right, thank you for that response to Rebecca. That's UK saying use Wi-Fi cellular. She should click on that. I believe Rebecca should be able to see that and act accordingly. All right, so like I said, I'm expecting an inverse head and shoulder pattern on the DJ30. It has formed the first shoulder, the head. It's going to form the second shoulder. It may range a little to form the second shoulder, then break out. And I tell you, it's going to be a massive bullish breakout. So we're bullish on the DJ30. And like I caution also, DJ30 is more volatile than NAS 100. So trade with extra caution. I will advise maybe you shouldn't even do more than 0.01 on that one, on this DJ30, depending on your account balance too. So that's it. I'm bullish on the NAS 100 and I'm bullish on DJ30. And like I said, I'm bullish on the Euro CHF, GBP CHF, GBP JPY, likewise. There are other pairs I have here, but I wouldn't want to mention them because so that we don't end up with a kind of a conflict. So I think I should stop here. All right, so if you have any question or anything you want me to analyze, you can post it now so that I can analyze it for you. If you have question, okay, somebody's gold. All right, so on Monday, I gave my outlook on gold, and I said I was bullish on gold for the week. I remember clearly the setup is still there. This is my setup. I said gold was going to go bullish. And as of yesterday, gold has done over 500 pips. Higher lows, higher lows, higher low, and rejection candle support, bullish. We've seen a bullish move. Now, what is likely going to happen to gold now is that you can see we're having some kind of bearish movement here. There may be a retracement. But that one is not really touching it though, but I'm thinking there will be, okay, good. All right, so we have some valid reasons now. Now there is a support here, which is turning to resistance, support turn resistance. That might lead at least to this previous resistance here. It may lead to this place before a further continuation. That is if there is any other further continuation, or there may just be a sell that will break here downwards. Because I remember also telling us last week when gold was selling, I said that what I perceive may happen to gold is this, that gold may end up forming a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and a massive drop. I remember for those who joined the analysis you made, if you can still recollect. So maybe that's what is about to happen now. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But what we know for now is that we have a support turned resistance here, which at least should lead us down to this zone. That's on the 4 hour. So if you flip down to 1 hour time frame, this is what we're seeing on 1 hour at the moment. We can draw. Let's go down to 30 minutes. Okay. All right. So even on 1 hour, 30 minutes, it's still the same thing. So this is what we can see on the 1 hour and 30 minutes. Price has broken out, RSI, but RSI is still above 50. RSI is still at 52. So I will look at a scenario. I will encourage you wait for price to break, for RSI to break below 50. If you must trigger a sell on gold. And don't forget, we are only selling to this support zone. That's where we're selling to, because anything can happen from there. It can either break it down or reverse back up. So we're just selling to that support zone. So maybe you wait till 8 o'clock when we have a new candle, if a new candle opens. But the important part is that your RSI should be below 50. And from the current price to that level is close to 100 pips, all things being equal. So wait for a new candle to open where your RSI is below 50. We can see that on 30 minutes time frame, but I want you to trade with a lot of caution. I rather prefer we wait for 1 hour time frame. That's much more clearer. All right, so we have a minor bearish movement on gold. So that's for the person asking about gold. That's for Amos. GU, we are bullish on GU. That's Alo Victor. We've already analyzed that. Good morning, Mr. Noel. BTC, okay, we've not mentioned BTC, so let's check out BTC. All right, so I remember telling somebody maybe yesterday also that BTC was in a range. Yes, it's been in a range, and you can see this whole zone here is a range zone. All right, so now we can clearly see that we have a rejection candle right here. That actually may drive and is at a resistance level on that zone, on that range zone. So that might drive price downwards. This is on 4 hour. Let's go down to 1 hour time frame. Yeah, it's on 1 hour now, and it's looking like it's forming a head and shoulder, which may drive price down. So what we'll do is I will put our trend line here. So if price breaks this trend line downwards, then we should expect a bearish movement on BTC. Also confirm with your RSI clearly below 50. So we're bearish on the BTC USD. Followed by, so we're bullish on GBP USD. We're bullish on NAS 100, Madam Onaji. UK, I'm using MT4, not MT5. Noel, GBP card. Tabitha, we're bullish on NAS 100 on 4 hour. All right, so Noel is asking about GBP card. Now, GBP card is just dicey for this week, and I don't know why, because the initial outlook of it was bullish. Yeah, we can still hold on to a bullish outlook. But yesterday it just moved more bearish. But currently, it's still actually within, though it has broken the trend line, so it has invalidated this trend line. Let's remove the trend line. But it's still around this support zone. It has not invalidated the support zone. So it's still possible for price to reverse. So if the news by 8 o'clock comes out good for the pound, that might drive it back up into the bullish direction. So we can still technically hold a bullish outlook on GBP card. Yeah, all things being equal. Now, but if the news comes out bad for the pound, then price may break the support zone. But for the news coming up by 8 for the CPI, we're actually bullish on the pound on the long term, and we're bearish on the short term, though we hold more to the bullish outlook, all things being equal as we anticipate the release of the data. So for the person asking about GP card, to be honest, I would say short-term sell, long-term buy, but we have our eyes more on the long term compared to the short term. You're welcome, Madam Munaji. Noel, US 30, we're bullish on US 30. Mr. Sonny, USD card. USD card has done its bearish movement. At this point, you need to trade it with a lot of caution. I remember telling you on Monday that it was going to sell, and it really did sell. I dropped the signal in the funded client group. So if you're on the platform this morning, we actually have a funded client group. It's for those who are funded, who have live trading capital in their account. So we do drop, signals in that group. So for Mr. Sonny, currently, let's see, let's still look a little bit more. Okay. Now we can see that there's a resistance here, a resistance. So today's candle is actually trading at around a kind of a support level. So there is a possibility price might either retrace or reverse, any of the two, as the market deems fit. And you can see it's already also forming a support around that same level on the 1 hour. So we might be expecting some bullish movement on the USD card, because it's looking as if it's trying to form a double bottom pattern here, which might push price up. But let's just wait and see how it happens. But generally, this is a resistance turn support level, except if there's enough volatility to break it downwards. Otherwise, you may be expecting, a retracement or reversal from this point on the USD card. Okay, UK, if you have a live trading account with PU Prime, speak with your account manager. It's the account manager that really does that. So talk to your account manager, they will add it to the group. All right, so I think I've attended to all the questions and the requests. Madam, but okay, maybe you came late. I will oblige you, but we've done DJ30 and NAS 100. We're bullish on both of them. But I said for both instruments, you need to trade with a lot of caution because of the volatility. Actually, the DJ30 is more volatile.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
I'm grateful.
You're welcome. So for the DJ30, this is my view. We have a resistance turn support. You're welcome. A resistance level turn support on the daily time frame. And the candle for yesterday closed as a rejection candle. So technically, we should be looking at a bullish movement on the DJ30, and that's on the daily time frame. And when we flip down to 4 hour, this is what we have. We have a pattern here that is forming into an inverse head and shoulder. Now, the shoulder may range a little more before we see an eventual breakout. But when that breakout happens, I tell you, it's going to be massive. So please trade with caution. It's very volatile. Preferably, maybe use a very small lot size. Depending on your account, maybe a 0.01, depending on your account. But it can be very, very volatile. So we're bullish on the DJ30. And the same thing as 100. I said we're bullish also on NAS 100. I analyzed this yesterday. We saw price in an uptrend, having a series of higher lows. And I said we'll have a continuation of that trend. I think yesterday or Monday, by any of the two. Now, currently, this is 4 hour, and we saw a reversal pattern here, which is still pushing us in that bullish direction. So we have that bullish outlook also on the NAS 100. So both of them are bullish. If you're okay, which broker are you on? This is PU Prime. If you're on another broker, you're wrong. This is PU Prime. If you don't have an account with PU Prime, just go over to our website right now, puprime.com. This analysis session is hosted by PU Prime, your #1 broker. So if you're on the platform, you don't have an account with us, make sure you open an account. If I fish you out, don't let me, I don't trade in. Just make sure you have an account with us, a funded account. You get real value here. So I don't see the reason why you shouldn't be on the platform with us. Bring your funds, trade it on our platform. We have a lot of solutions for you, to help you make money. But most importantly is our education. We have a very strong educational, department, which is what you are enjoying now as we speak, teaching you how to trade the market. To be honest, you won't find any broker that goes the extra mile like we do to ensure you're properly educated about the financial market. So that's a reason to be with us on PU Prime. All right. That's very good, Justin. Good to hear that you already have an account with PU Prime. Okay, I think that'll be all for today, for this morning session, rather. I mean, we've done all analysis as expected. Please trade safe. As a roundup, there's going to be a CPI from the United Kingdom by 8 o'clock. That's like 20 minutes from now. And we have a bullish bias ahead of the news. You know, on the long term, we're bullish. In case the news comes out actually as a forecast, it may really sell, you know, but not so much. So our focus is actually taking the bullish trade if the actual comes out greater than the forecast. And we're looking to buy the GBP USD, the GBP JPY, and the GBP CHF. So any of those three, you can trade them, you know, for that news. Wow, this is good, Mr. Lazisi. You didn't share this with me now. If it's on PU Prime, you can't with PU Prime. I made 77.89 USD with 0.01 lots within 2 weeks. Thank you. These are the kind of testimonials I want to hear. So you can say that 0.01 is not bad after all, because some people have the impression that when you say 0.01, it's more money. No, you are building up your account gradually. Can you imagine with 0.01, $77. That's approximately 78. That's 77.89. That's $78. $50 in the current exchange rate is close to 100,000. So somebody making $77.89, I tell you that person has made well over 130, thousand naira thereabouts in 2 weeks. So it means we're doing something right, and it's also doing something right on his own end also. You understand? So this is where you get.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. God bless you, sir.
You're welcome, Mr. Lazisi. So I'm so happy to see his testimonial. I'm really, really happy to see that. So make sure you have a live account, a live funded account. You are with the right broker to get the right knowledge, to trade this market. So like I was saying, we are bullish on the pound ahead of the thank you, Mr. Fanny. So ahead of the news, we're looking at the pound. Other instruments we're looking at today, we're looking at a bullish Euro CHF. We're looking at NAS 100, where we're bullish. DJ30, we're equally bullish, on these instruments. Now, for the other analysis that we've done, which are secondary analysis, we are bearish on gold. Just make sure that the conditions align in the market. All right. We'll say again, there's going to be 12:30 p.m. analysis session. Make sure you don't miss it by 12:30 p.m. That will look at what will happen, the rest of the day. All right, take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.